It's Paul Kruger, Baltimore Ravens. You're watching Class X Sports.
Paul Kruger of the Baltimore Ravens. We're out on Jonathan Ogden Celebrity Golf Classic. First of all, how did you golf out there today?
I played all right. I think we used a couple of my shots, so it was a good day, man. Beautiful course, so it's hard not to have a good time out here.
Well, talk about what it means to you to support such a great cause. The kids and the foundation, the literacy, what Jonathan's doing in the community, man, and what it means for you to be a Raven and a part of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's always an honor to come out and be a part of something this special, and especially when it's a good cause like this. So, man, I just, I didn't have wasn't fortunate to play with Jonathan, but heard a lot about him and a lot about his career, and so nice to just come out and be a part of it.
Paul, over the past couple of years since you've been in the league on the Ravens, you're really starting to elevate your game, man. What is it about the Ravens franchise that's starting to bring out the best in you?
Just the competition. Every year there's new players, guys that are going to come in and give you a run for your money, and then just developing as a player and as an athlete. Working on your talents and your tools and whatever you got. You got to perfect them, and so I've just been trying to give it my best to get out there on the field and make some things happen. What's
been the most difficult transition, or something that you not necessarily were expecting going from college to the NFL?
I mean, it's the same game, I think a lot of the things that have been a little bit different to me are just the way things operate as an organization, and obviously when you're dealing with people getting paid and things like that, that makes it a lot different. And then physically, I think the speed of the game is a lot faster. So there's a few differences, but I mean, all in all, guys are just more talented, but it's the same game.
Well, each and every sack you make, all the tackles that you accumulate, a lot of Ravens fans, you start picking up more and more fans. So, what does it mean to you to be involved in supporting this fan base and the community and giving back and being that class act and that role model that you always knew you would be once you got to the league?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said before, it's an honor, and it's something I always want to do and be a part of is events like this and things that benefit the children especially. I mean, I think kids need as many role models and leaders as they can these days, and it's a tough world to live in and grow up in, and I just think we need as many people to help out with these kids as possible.
Real quick, Paul, I know you talked about playing potentially with Ogden. Imagine if you had to play the opposite side of Ogden. What do you remember about him as being that dominant type offensive tackle in the league when you were watching football?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't used to watch football that much, so I don't remember too many of his games, but from what I've heard, he was just a dominant force. I mean, it was pretty much impossible to get around as a defensive end, so I'm not counting myself out, but it would have been tough.
You didn't used to watch it, but you always played it growing up, or when did you get, what got you into football?
I always played it. I mean, I've always had a love for the game, always played it, but I've just never been a fan of really anything, so just like to play. Just one of those kids that just wanted to go do it instead of watch it on TV.
All right, wrapping things up, man, if you could describe your skill set as a defensive end and a defensive playmaker, what do you want people to know Paul Kruger as a Baltimore Raven?
Man, I take a lot of pride in, putting my athleticism to work, and using my speed and the things I can do that may set me apart from other players. So I would hope that, when people are watching the games, they can see that in me, just the athleticism and the speed and the tenacity that I play the game with.
Maybe a Super Bowl run this year, possibly?
Absolutely, man.